Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to Staying on Track with me, Travis. Last time I was talking about autocross, but the season's over. That means I'm just going to be working on the car in the garage and working on my skills in the simulator. That means playing a ton of Assetto Corsa, Dirt Rally 2.0, but most of all, iRacing. iRacing is known as being one of the most realistic and most in-depth simulators for consumers on the market. And it's actually the best place for wheel-to-wheel racing, which is what I'm talking about today. I actually won my first iRacing race. Hopefully the first of many, but man, it was exciting to go from qualifying to starting the race to finishing the race in first place. Man, it was tough, but it was exciting. So I put together kind of like a highlight reels, just kind of like showing all the most important moments from the race, including me winning, which, man, felt so good. So why don't you take a ride with me and buckle up. After qualifying third, I was able to actually grid second because the person who qualified first started from the pits. I'm not really sure why. Sometimes people do that just for their safety rating and things like that. But we're not going to get into it today. So because I'm second, I have the inside line, but we're all on cold tires. I don't want to ruin my entire race by going into this first corner too hot and running into the person in front of me. As you can see here, number 4 didn't think about that. They went right off the track. You have to pay attention to your cold tires because when your tires are cold, you don't have as much grip. So if you look, everybody's kind of on their brakes a little bit earlier. They're making sure to stay balanced through the corners because you will lose the rear end, the car will spin out, or you'll understeer and go straight off the track. So you have to make sure to warm up your tires properly, not lose your rear end going up the hill like that person did there, and make sure to keep up pace. By keeping up pace, that means you're keeping up with the person in front of you while also staying away from the person behind you. This is basically the entire point of racing. You have to have a better pace than the people in front of you and behind you in order for you to win. I wanted you to see what a full lap looks like before we start jumping into the really hard driving that happens whenever the tires start to warm up, because I'm still losing the rear end there. So let's go ahead, finish this lap up and jump into the next big moment, because this race is exciting from beginning to end because I have to pay attention to what I'm doing, my pace, what the person in front of me is doing, and the person behind me is doing, because sometimes they're flying off the track and sometimes they're coming right up on your bumper for that pass. Right now, I'm going to give you an example of myself driving smart. I'm coming up on the person that's in first place. I've got the draft, meaning I'm going to be able to move a lot faster than they are because I have less wind resistance. I'm starting to catch up here, but instead of going for the pass on turn 1, I brake early, give myself some space to make sure we don't crash, but that makes the person in third place get right on my bumper. Now, this person gave me a ton of pressure for these first few laps until they started to really catch up to me, as you can see here. This is just a great example of good racing. This person behind me, right behind me, is getting a great draft. Like I said, less wind resistance, meaning they can move a lot faster, goes for the slingshot, tries to go for the pass, but they went a little too late. They weren't able to get the good inside line, so they had to go right next to me into both corners. We both fought to see who could get the better exit, which I was able to do. I was able to get the better exit and stay in front, but let me tell you, they stayed on me. I'm gonna jump to the next time. They're right on me, still staying on with the pressure. I'm still trying to catch up with the person in the lead. And right now, that person is going to make a mistake, allowing me to go for the pass. So I get right up on their bumper, once again, get that draft, go next to them, and I know that I either need to get in front, go wide, so I can make this corner and keep up speed, or stay on the inside. I stay in front, but they try and cut back and go on the outside, spinning both of us, causing all 3 drivers in the front to have an accident, go off the track. Now, the person that was behind me, he has to deal with the traffic that was behind everyone, which he doesn't deal with well. They all go off the track, leaves me back in third place, meaning I have to fight for position again to get back up into the front. Now right here, I know, stay on with the pressure. I keep the pressure on him, meaning I'm staying in their rear view. There's not a moment I'm not in their rear view, and as you can see here, they lose traction, which allows me to go for the pass and finally start to fight for the lead. Now, I got used to seeing that pink nose. I wanted you to see it too, because they stayed on me again. Talking about pressure. The people at the front of the pack, they know what they're doing. They know how to stay on the people in front of them while not crashing into them, which is genuinely difficult to do. After a good couple of laps, remember, this is a 17-lap race. I finally start to catch up to the person in front, go for the pass, but look at this. They start to push me closer and closer to the inside because they know you can't take this corner on the inside very fast. Instead of letting them push me, then just a little love tap back, saying to stay off of me. We go 2 into 1. They dip their tire in the sand, which honestly does affect your grip, and they learned that lesson pretty quickly. They lost the lead of the race because they were a tiny bit too aggressive when they could have just stayed in their line and just fought for that corner. Instead, he tried to push me out of the line. I pushed back. He lost traction. That was it. So now I'm in the lead. I'm leading the race. There's nobody in front of me, which is a weird feeling. I'm just driving around the track, hoping to keep this person in my rear view. Remember that pink nose? They stay in my rear view for the rest of the race. I lead for another 3 laps. And all you have to do is be clean. You just have to stay clean until you get around that last corner. That whole time, I'm just trying to make sure, stay clean, don't cut any corners too hard, keep your tires on the tarmac, don't lose your grip, because if I lose any grip, Pink Nose is gonna take it. So I stay clean in the last corner, gun it for the line, and keep my eye on that checkered flag. Wow, what a feeling. Coming across the line, I'm revving it out. I can't describe it. Can't describe it. Man, what a win. It's like the feeling I get from that. Honestly, I'm hoping that you get at least 10% of that, because it can't be beat. Like, it can't be beat. You're fighting from the back, you're fighting from the middle, you're doing all these different things. You finally get to the front and you see that checkered flag with no one in front of you. Oof, what a feeling. So why don't you like, subscribe, and comment, and stick around, see what else I got going on, see the different racing in real life and in the simulator, because there's a lot more stuff coming. So stay tuned, keep me posted in the comments, tell me what I did and didn't do right, and hopefully I'll respond to that next time I make a video. But until then, peace.